भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama Ram, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya, Yogi Ram Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Ram Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी रामसूरतकुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी रामसूरतकुमारार्पणमस्तु। It is by his boundless grace and compassion that we have all been able to sing his powerful name in his powerful shine for 1 hour. And we have offered the Nama Sankirtan as Nama lotuses at his lotus feet in deep gratitude. As the day progresses to the night, the evening, to the night, we shall continue to offer the seva lotuses as well, for we are only instruments in the hands of the Divine, and whatever action we do can only be an offering to Him. It is His. We have to give it where it is due. Now there is an interesting episode which happened way back in the middle 70s at Sannadi Street House with our Bhagwan Yogi Ramsuratkumar, which carries a teaching line for all of us. Right? It is at once interesting and instructive. I shall say it in the words of the protagonist, that is the one who narrates. On one occasion, when a devotee had to stay with Bhagwan for nearly a month at Sannadi Street House, which was a rare occurrence, an honor not easily given to any devotee. This devotee, one day, got up very early in the morning. It was about 4 o'clock or something. And then, all of a sudden, Bhagwan began to say, this beggar knows that this beggar is sitting on his father's lap. But you see, this beggar did not see his father face to face. How to see father face to face? He started the question with this particular devotee, and he did not let go. Bhagwan started to repeat this again and again and again. He kept on saying, this beggar is sitting in the lap of his father, but this beggar is not able to see him face to face. How to see father face to face? After much repetition, Bhagwan began to ask every devotee who dropped in, do you know how to see father face to face? This beggar is sitting in the lap of his father, and yet he does not know how to see father face to face. Do you know how to see father face to face? But nobody could answer this question. They did not know what Leela he was playing. But when he said it, it sounded so innocent. And it was the voice of a child. The master would not only question the devotee near him, but everyone else who visited him on this particular day as well. In a childlike tone of complete innocence, The beggar asked each one and all how to see Father face to face. Nobody was able to offer an answer, so the questioning continued until about 9 o'clock the night, when Bhagwan began to lie down to rest between the two pillars in the house. The next morning, however, he again invoked the same question. This time, the devotee reported that he seemed very much upset. The young devotee had reached his own loud frustration, and with that his courage arose. Turning to face his master, the devotee told boldly yet respectfully, he declared, "I have seen my Father face to face." For this young devotee, seeing Yogi Ramsuratkumar was seeing Father face to face. And then he added, because for me, Father is He. And then he proclaimed, if you are not able to see your Father face to face, then it is your fate. Your fate, Swami. I can't do anything about it. Just imagine someone answering Swami like this. In those days, we would not breathe loudly for fear he might get upset and ask us to get out. Now here, this young devotee was answering so boldly, Swami, if you are not able to see your Father, it is your fate, your fate. I can't do anything about it, but I see my Father face to face. For me, you, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, are my Father, and I see you face to face. Now, as soon as he said it, Yogi Ramsuratkumar laughed and laughed heartily in his usual cascading manner, absolutely delighted with the reply. He was playing this Leela to induce this faith, to see whether the young devotee accepted him as his father. So he drove him to say that. He would not leave him until he said that. It went on the whole day, and then again early morning, until the devotee could not bear it anymore. He could not tolerate it anymore. And pat came the declaration, I see my Father face to face. Now what an interesting question and an interesting reply. Just think, as a child, when you are seated in the lap of your father, you could see only people who come before you. If you want to see the face of your father, you have to raise your head and look up. Even then, You cannot see him face to face. We are all sitting right in the lap of our Father, the Supreme Father. The whole creation is only a manifestation of this supreme consciousness. We are floating in the sea of consciousness, the divine consciousness, and yet we cannot see this fact face to face. We are ignorant of this fact. So, to be able to see face to face, you have to come out of the lap, stand before Father, and then face him. So we all have to give up this identity with the body. And then only we can understand the fact. We can see the fact face to face. Unless we give up this identification with the body, how can we even begin to understand that we are in truth the same consciousness which created the whole cosmos, and you and me within? So, though Bhagavan was saying it, playing this Leela, in his playful innocence, it also was a serious question. It was a Leela played before the devotee so that the devotee would understand that he was sitting in the lap of his Father and was seeing him face to face also. It can happen only when we realize that we are not the body. So, we have to make effort. Yesterday we saw how Papa Ramdas was telling that lady who questioned him, Papa, do you mean to say there is no free will at all? There is no need for any self-effort? Let's recall what he had to say. Every self-effort that you make is only to prove that it will not land us in the ultimate truth. We must go on making self-effort finally to realize that it is useless, our self-effort cannot take us to God. Then what will take us to God? The supreme will. The supreme will, the divine will is supreme. And the divine will is running the whole cosmos. It's running everybody's life. And it acts only when it determines. So let's come back to the same thing. Even as we make self-effort, we have to make self-effort because we believe in the ego self. We think that we are the ego self. We are the body. And the ego self is nothing but utter selfishness with a sense of separation from others. So we have to make effort. As we saw in the story of the two birds, how they made effort, persevered with determination, great determination, unmindful of the difficulties they faced, until it invoked a huge grace which completed the task. So today we understand that it was not only a Leela played by Bhagavan, it also accentuated the great fact how much we are in ignorance of the truth, and we could still make effort to see Father face to face. For our Guru, as we saw the sloka yesterday, day before yesterday, almost every day, Guru is Brahma, Guru is Vishnu, Guru is Mahadev. Guru is Sakshat Parabrahman, that supreme consciousness. And therefore, our Guru is our Father, whom we can see face to face, even to begin with. And our Bhagavan said, keep chanting the name, don't give it up just because the other thoughts come. For wherever the other thoughts go, there also is only my Father. So let us remember and chant the name vigorously and rigorously, unmindful of its effect. We don't have to expect anything else. Let us chant it for the love of God, for the love of our Guru, Guru whom we have seen face to face. And he is our Father. And whatever his essence is, that is the ultimate truth. And that will be our truth also. We shall now offer our today's prayer. Bhagavan, we beg you again and again, a million times, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to today's world of violence. There is so much enmity, misunderstanding, and fight, and violent fights at that, going on all around. You, the cosmic controller, alone can bring about a change. We beg you to bring in peace, unity, discipline, order, and harmony into the lives of people, so that people will live a dharmic life with remembrance of God. So that one day they can see Father face to face. Otherwise, people will live any way they like and create a philosophy of their own to justify whatever they are doing. We also beg you, Bhagavan, to stop those violent wars immediately, which have gone on long enough with disastrous results, so that peace be prevalent. We beg you again, a million times, to bless the whole world, so that there will be no thought of enmity or war in the minds of people. Above this, we beg you to keep under control the sudden attacks of those vicious diseases and violent furies of nature and those devastating accidents. Above this again, we appeal to you, we pray to you to uproot all the negativities of the human mind, to uproot all the asuric thoughts which are responsible for today's world of violence, whichever country people belong to, whatever religion they have embraced. Everybody without exception has to go through some suffering or the other, and that without help or protection. in great misery. For the law of karma is such, it's precise, ruthless, and unsparing. But then above this is the causeless grace of God. So let's appeal to His compassion and generosity and pray that His grace should reach out to all those people all over the world who are trapped into some misery or the other, to come out of it and be lifted to a higher plane. Bhagwan, we beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been slogging for the welfare of the others from unworthy, unhealthy remarks of criticism and aspersion. We also pray to you to promote the economy of the country and its growth in varied fields of activity so that India would reach that high status of world teacher to conduct the whole world in the path of Dharma. We also pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless and joyful chanting of your powerful name, an unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings so that we assimilate it and turn it into Atma Shakti. Please bless us all to be only sattvic instruments in your hands and not rakshasic. Please bless our everyday life so that we run it as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek that ultimate state of being, the state of bliss and peace, the state of pure awareness, the Sakshi Bhava of yours. But then we know we need to be purified completely. Right now our minds are clouded by those latent tendencies of the past karmas and worldly desires. With the result, the mind gets attacked all of a sudden by a vicious fear or anger or jealousy or vengeance or passion or sorrow. And we pour out fiery words of abuse, inviting more and more births, more and more sufferings. Despite all the blessings that we have already got, we feel we hold on to something we think we lack in, and then we land only in depression and medicine, lifelong. Bhagwan had declared, and thunderously at that the divine name is Brahmastram, the ultimate weapon. A weapon which could destroy all the past karmas and their vasanas present in our mind and can prevent us from doing further sins. It's a weapon like atom bomb. We take refuge in your powerful name and seek your blessings for our early purification. Wherever we live in this world, whatever work falls into our hand, we know it's all your work, for you alone exist, and there is nothing else, no one else. Bhagwan, please bless us to do it in the spirit of service, and that joyfully, without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, so that every action will turn into Atma Shakti. Please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow. They happen only by your sankalpa, your will. Of course, based upon our karmic account. Whatever comes from you can only be a great blessing. It may not be meant for our worldly comfort or joy, but it definitely is meant for our spiritual transformation. Every punishment that we go through in life also carries a blessing from God. If we begin to see it as a blessing, then we will see sooner or later how it is a blessing. And what's more, every adversity will also end up in higher wisdom, purifying our heart. Otherwise, we would collapse at the slightest provocation, and we would resent God and His grace and try to move away, and we would blame others bitterly for our own failures. Bhagavan, we beg you to bless us all with gratitude. Now we know all the adversities are blessings in disguise meant for our spiritual growth. We also seek your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek liberation from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, the root cause of which is ahambhava, the utter selfishness of the ego I. We beg you, Bhagavan, to uproot this ahambhava and promote atma-bhava, so that we all be blessed with that immortal life, that eternal living in merger with you, or eternal servitude in surrender to you. You, the eternal, ultimate divinity, the only divinity. Jaya, Yogi Ramsuratkumar.